Send them come for me, please. Me no need no Hennessy, me need trees. When she see me, she feel the weak knees. As she say me so cool, she feel the sea breeze. Breast them stiff, look like a knee squeeze. So she bless me. No need for me sneeze, can't stress me. Stress free from. She wanna dance with the GBGs. Only we don't dance. We butt with smoke. We doing up Tour de France. Are you gonna say we don't bang on the streets? We're fucking charged. Don't make me laugh. We had man screaming out, oh my lord. She wanna. First of the face here, the voice today. Don't know say kogency, but kogency rocks. Channel. And today we have the secret Somali gangs of Minnesota. Bro, what? With my Mali niggas, I'm still on my Mali shit, man. Splasher and Webster and Harvey Nicks. Enough times to my dog get nicked. See blue lights and my heartbeat skips. I could turn a man target quick. Ross my man like I ross my spliff. Hop out the ride on violence and see man riding and all start hiding. Cause he just lean and bang. I ain't gotta tell bro rise it. No comment or not, it's silent. YTP got the up boys tired. Ride with me, that's a up boy dying. Jeez, every time I doing a Marley video, bro, I have to sing that song, bro. I'm fully Marley now, I don't care, bro. Fuck the Jadays, man. And I'm doing too much. But today, we have the secret Somali gangs of Minnesota. He get cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. He get cold like Minnesota. Yeah, cold like Minnesota. I've been singing way too much for this intro. But you know, there's no rules over here, bro. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. So, let's jump into this shit. Hit the like button, jump in the comments, and subscribe. Hey, I really want to hit 4K, so subscribe. Subscribe so we can hit 4K. Don't know, gag shit.
This is the Killer Chronicles.
Agua.
On March 30th, 2021, the owner of Arcade Auto Body Shop in St. Paul, Minnesota, was viciously gunned down inside his shop in broad daylight by an assailant who stood just a few feet away and fired round after round with a semi-automatic pistol until the gun was empty while the victim raised his hands in the air.
Damn.
When police...
No, so the man evil was like, yo, bro, take whatever you want, you got it. And the man was like, no, I'm taking your life. Jesus Christ. We're only 30 seconds in and the first body drop already. Alright, bro. At least we know what we're getting into.
Investigated, there was no apparent reason why anyone would want to kill 36-year-old Muhammad Samatar, a teacher and business owner who had worked at a local mosque and who was married with two daughters. But when they identified a suspect, 31-year-old Muhammad Farah, the authorities discovered a motive that traced...
Now, when I heard that he was, you know what I'm saying, teaching the Quran and stuff, that rubbed me the wrong way, bro. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? Because he was teaching the young kids and... You know, that kind of hit me still.
And who was married with two daughters. But when they identified a suspect, 31-year-old Muhammad...
Sorry for pausing again, but his two daughters as well, dog. Like, alright, let's just continue. I'm getting way too invested and it's too early in the video. What's wrong with me, dog? Man, I move like a savage, you know. Hold on. I got my yin. I'm ready to do my thing. I can move like a savage now. Straight face.
Two daughters. But when they identified a suspect, 31-year-old Muhammad Farah, the authorities discovered a motive that traced back 13 years. In his youth, Samatar had been linked to a Somali American gang known as the Hot Boys, a group that reportedly originated as a band of singers before it turned to crime. In 2000...
So the group Hot Boys was a band of singers before they turned to crime? I don't believe that shit at all. It was always for crime. Well, no. You can't lie to me, bro. I'm not stupid.
As a 22-year-old, he'd survived a shooting that put him into a coma, and a year later he was a person of interest in a homicide, but never charged.
Wow.
In 2009, Farah had told police that Samatar, quote, put a hit out on Farah's brother amid a gang conflict.
Whoa.
Now, more than a decade later, Farah had gotten his revenge.
10 years later and you still want to get him down? Jeez, my God, don't get me wrong and then put out a hit on your brother, you know that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I'm not going to say all right, because, you know, we technically don't have any right to kill anybody, technically. But, you understand, I can kind of see, you know, you have to try get it from both angles, bro, you know?
Farah and Samatar had similar backgrounds. They'd both come to Minnesota from Somalia, in their youth,
Somaliland.
fleeing violence and civil war. And yet in America, they'd found themselves on opposite sides of a conflict that had nothing to do with
With
their
my
native
Mali
country,
niggas.
but rather stemmed from gangs that originated in the Twin Cities.
Somali Street.
In the end,
Aye.
Farah received 27 years in prison.
That remind me of Gang 2 Chappie when they say, "Aye, what's your name?" St. James Street. That's my name. St. James Street. Big up LT, man.
In the end, Farah received 27 years in prison. Quote, "You left my kids fatherless and took away their happiness," Samatar's wife told him the day he was sentenced. Samatar's
As in, just trust me, I understand where the wife is coming from, but as I said, I understand where Farah is coming from as well, bro. How you putting out hits on my big bro and expect everything to be sweet? No, shit ain't sweet, nigga.
murder is one of the latest homicides tied to a relatively small but notorious cropping of gangs in Minnesota that have slowly grown over the past 25 years.
Wow.
On the national stage, Minnesota is perhaps best known for producing some of the biggest recent police controversies in the nation, like the murders of George Floyd
That's
and
Minnesota?
Justine Damond, the killing of
Who's that?
Philando Castile by a cop later acquitted of manslaughter and promptly fired, and most recently the killing of Dante Wright and subsequent manslaughter conviction of ex-officer Kim Potter.
Whoa.
Killing of Dante Wright and subsequent manslaughter conviction of ex-officer Kim Potter.
Whoa. So him get the manslaughter charge, but the other guys didn't. You see, bro, the US, bro. You know what I'm saying? Leave the feds alone. If you see the feds, you need to run like you see the ops, bro. I swear to you, dog. Because you never know when it's going to be your day. I swear to you, bro. The feds in the US move like the KKK, blood. Like, you see how much people them just call name a while ago? And that's just Minnesota alone. We're not even going to talk about the entire US and everybody where them are killed. Man, fuck the feds, bro.
Though the state is hardly known as a hotbed for gang activity, the FBI recognizes only around 24 different criminal street gangs in Minnesota, mostly well-known groups, infamous outlaw biker gangs such as the Hells Angels, or traditional street gangs like the Vice Lords or
Vice
Gangster
Lord.
Disciples.
GD.
But Minnesota is also home to a rare phenomenon. It is one of the only states in the U.S. with dominant Somali American gangs, most
Somali.
of which are situated in the Twin Cities. Some of them have aligned with the Bloods or the Crips. Some have successfully broken into the rap game, and a few are locked in violent rivalries that spanned decades and show no sign of stopping.
Bro, look at that guy right there, bro. He looks like a demon.
Who are locked in violent rivalries that spanned decades and show no
You know, demon spawn? Brother, those are the eyes he's going to look at you with. I swear, you're not going to see anything but his eyes. I'm going belly up all the way but him eyes. And that's all you're going to see before him just take your life, bro. I swear to you, look at that, bro. Man has no soul in his eyes, bro. And that's probably like 3 bodies by now, bro. This nigga looks like 16, fam. I swear. I'm just chatting, but still, the man look like, you see me? Trust me, bro. I can tell a savage and I see one.
sign of stopping. This is their story.
This is their
Minnesota's Somali American population was virtually non-existent until the 1990s, when Somalia's former leader, Muhammad Barre, was ejected from what had essentially been dictatorial rule, leading to widespread violence and civil war across the country.
Whoa! So the man them just forward, kick out on the president, and just was like, yo, fuck this country. What? Did that? No, let me hear that correctly.
The leader, Muhammad Barre, was ejected from what had essentially been dictatorial rule, leading to widespread violence.
Basically a dictatorship, like Putin and them man. You understand? But channel dog. We get some Somali history as well. I love this video already. Leave a like.
And civil war across the country. Massive amounts of starvation that affected adults and children alike, and ultimately displaced roughly 2 million civilians.
Watch
who
it, you
became
can hear the
refugees.
bullet a whistle.
A few thousand who came to America initially settled in San Diego, California, but the Twin Cities soon became an unlikely destination for Somali refugees.
Somali.
They came here after word spread that good jobs were to be found, and that due to
Hey man, I'm going to let it continue there, but I just love seeing a nice, Mali queen just wrapped up and just looking, you know what I'm saying, like a sweet one. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm guessing it now, but I just like seeing it.
Minnesota's history of welcoming refugees dating back to World War II. But not everyone was so welcoming. A gang of white youths, known as the All-American...
It would have to be some white niggas, bro, to just come and try to do some shit, dog. Like, feds, white people, they all have something in common. Just fuck niggas, bro.
American boys were linked to a number of attacks on Somali immigrants in the mid-1990s,
You see me?
including an assault on a 12-year-old boy who was beaten
12?
unconscious with clubs.
Unconscious?
In the face of this violence,
You see, after this, I have no problem if the Mali niggas them just go and start doing the maddest of mad things to these white people. I hope that's what happened next.
and caught between American society and parents who tended to be conservative Muslims,
Yes.
many second-generation Somali immigrants began banding together, and a fraction of them would go on to form gangs that exist to this day. According to
then blood
numbers
it up.
put forth by federal authorities, which aren't always accurate, as they're often based on anecdotes from informants or arrest data that may paint an incomplete
Gotcha.
picture,
Man look
the
like a
number of
savage.
Somali American gang members is a tiny portion of the estimated 80 to 120,000 Somali American population in Minnesota, but which has grown over the years.
Yeah.
In the 1990s, it was estimated that all the Somali American gangs in the Twin Cities comprised a few dozen people.
Few dozen.
By the early 2000s, that number had grown to about 200,
Yeah.
and it is now estimated to be several hundred.
Ooh.
Still, the gangs are considered a significant public safety threat. Here's the former
Yes, because, dog, Somali niggas, they would be like the smallest group, but they're the most violent. And you're like, why? Like, how? Like, you know? Man, them don't care, bro. They just don't care.
Hennepin County Sheriff Rich Stanek testifying about them before Congress in 2012.
Somali gangs are unique in that they are not necessarily based on the narcotics trade, as are other traditional gangs. Somali gang criminal activities are not based on a certain geographical area or turf. Recently, Somali gangs have committed a high volume of credit card skimming and credit card fraud, and witness tampering and
That shirt is sick. Yo, what about Mali niggas? Get me that shirt, though.
intimidation. In July of 2008, a gun store in Minnetonka, Minnesota was burglarized. The guns were taken by members of the Somali Outlaws. They're growing in influence and violence and practice certain cultural
Bro,
behaviors.
the man them rob a gun store. A GTA, the man them a play. Bro, cause even in GTA where you try to rob the gun store, the nigga behind the counter is like, what? You see me with the shot here already? Bro, the man them are robbing gun stores in real life. This is insane.
Members of the Somali Outlaws. They're growing in influence and violence and practice certain cultural behaviors that render some traditional U.S. criminal justice tools less effective.
Less effective. Shut up.
The gangs go by many names, like the Hot Boys,
Hot
the Rough Tough
Boys.
Somali, the Madhiban with Attitude, the St. Paul Pistol Boys, and the Somali Mafia.
Somali Mafia.
But the two groups that have stood out, St. Paul Pistol Boys,
St. Paul Pistol Boys. Yo, the man them have some nice names still, I can't lie. If I was, if I was gonna be in that life, cause I'm nowhere near it. But, bro, I can't lie. These names, they make me want just, Somebody's cutting the grass next door and my dogs are losing their mind.
and the Somali Mafia. But the two groups that have stood out the most are the Somali Outlaws and their rivals, the 1627 Boys, also known as the Six Rings. The Somali Outlaws generally hail from a part of Minnesota around the nation's first Somali shopping center, known as the Carmel Mall,
Carmel
while
Mall.
1627 stems from the Cedar Riverside area. In fact, 1627's origination can be traced back to one apartment building
Whoa.
at 1627 6th Street South,
6th Street
which
South.
rests a short distance from the Mississippi River. The rivalry between the two gangs has been blamed for dozens of shootings, including strings of murders and attempted murders, some of which occurred within hours of one another.
Whoa.
Only a small handful have been solved and successfully prosecuted,
Yeah.
but many more appear to be related.
Yeah.
One such sequence of shootings between 1627 and the Somali Outlaws occurred throughout 2019 and included the murder of a 17-year-old boy who did not appear to be the intended target of his killers.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
On February 10th, 2019, at around 2:45 a.m., Minneapolis police were called to Franklin Avenue West and Hennepin Avenue South, where a red Chrysler minivan had been riddled with bullets, apparently from a 9mm pistol.
Wow.
There were 3 people inside the Chrysler, one of whom said the shooter pulled up in a maroon sedan and said, "I think it's them," before he opened fire. The victims were targeted
Wait. So we're not even getting full confirmation first. We just think it's them and we're just blasting. See what I mean? That the man them don't give a fuck. Mali man them no play. Yeah, Somali man them no play. Like, man, bro. Man say, I think it's them. And just start light up a vehicle. No, sir.
By Somali Outlaws because of their association with the 1627 boys.
Oh my God.
Police didn't catch the shooter until he'd shot and paralyzed another man, less than 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later?
On February 19th, 2019, shots rang out in broad daylight on Cedar Avenue South, an area associated with the 1627 boys. The targets
Cedar
appeared to be
side.
2 men who were standing on the sidewalk, talking, but only one of them had been struck. His name was Obsa Bule, and he was
Obsa
lying on
Bule.
the ground, suffering from a gunshot wound to the back.
Ah.
Surprisingly, he didn't greet police with the typical chorus of "I don't know," and actually identified his attacker.
Oh.
He said he'd been shot by, quote, FME's brother, a Somali outlaw he'd known since high school.
Alright, yo. Obsa, I can't lie, bro. You can't walk into this life and just giving out the info like that, bro. Can't lie, cause that's snitching, bro. Can't lie. That is snitching. But shit, you know? Hey, everybody snitches, bro. So fuck that. Everybody snitches, bro. So might as well you just start snitch from early. Just start from now. You see me? As soon as you have the info, just tell them from now.
And told police a possible motive. He said he was shot because he hung around 1627 members, and because the Somali Outlaws were mad about the recent shooting of one of their guys. Police theorized that the
Wow.
shooter was trying to hit the man Bule was talking to, a 1627 boys member named Kamal Mohammed, who was not so willing to cooperate. Before police arrived, he told a crowd of onlookers, quote, "We didn't see shit because we ain't snitches."
Cause we ain't snitches.
But detectives didn't have to look too far for the shooter. He and his driver had
Well, no. You can't say that, bro. Cause your boy is a snitch. You see, no. You see what I mean? The man him ready for go out on a wing, for him go out on a limb for him brother, and I say we ain't snitches. Then him turn him head and realize that his brother is telling the feds the government name of the shooter and his brother. Ha! But we ain't snitches though. We ain't snitches. Everyone snitches, fam.
fired from a rented Ford sedan, then sped away and crashed the car at 1813 Riverside Avenue South. They fled the scene, but inside the Ford, police found a Fanta soda bottle with DNA on it. The profile matched the same man Bule had identified as the
Rookie mistake. So, bro, these niggas went to the gas station and got snacks before doing a ride. You see what I mean by they don't care? Bro, these niggas don't give a fuck. The man them got beverages. How you gonna do a drill with no bev? Your throat dry while you're doing a booting? Nah, fam, you need bro, take a sip of that soda, bro. You see me? And then sit in your cell as well.
the shooter, Farhan Musay Ibrahim, aka Crazy 8.
Crazy 8. Him look
Bule
crazy.
not only identified him, he'd also shown police a music video featuring Crazy 8's older brother, Abdillahi Musay Ibrahim, who also went by FME and was a rising rapper in the Minneapolis area.
Yeah.
A warrant was generated for Crazy 8's arrest, but he wouldn't be brought into custody until after the same
I
grade
can't
for-
lie, his head is massive and he has a receding hairline, bro. I might just turn a savage if that's happening to me too, bro. Like, look at the size of his cranium. Like, look at that, bro. And he has a receding hairline. It's rough.
Crazy 8's arrest, but he
Rough.
wouldn't be brought into custody until after the same gun was used for another murder just 2 weeks after Bule was paralyzed from the waist down.
Bule was
The
paralyzed
night
from
of
the
March 1st,
from the waist down. Bro, fam, I'm not hanging with anybody that has no active beef, you know, dog. I swear to you. Not no wrong place, wrong time for me, bro. Hell no. I need my legs. And I need my wood to work to, bro. I need my woodine to get the girl them. You know what I'm saying? I'm paralyzed from the waist down, bro. I'm rather dead.
2019 was a particularly violent one for the Twin Cities. Police recorded 3 shootings within 2.5 hours, all linked to the conflict between the Somali Outlaws and 1627. It started around 9:15 p.m. at the Carmel Mall,
Wow.
when a Somali outlaw member named Abdi Fatah Yusuf was shot and injured and subsequently rushed to Hennepin Healthcare. Over the next hour, around 20 of Yusuf's friends began trickling into the hospital, including Yusuf's cousin, Omar Noor Hassan. On surveillance footage, Hassan appeared distraught. He was crying, clearly worried about his cousin. But when FME arrived, the mood began to shift. He and Hassan began to confer, and a little after 10:30 p.m., they left together.
So FME is really the guys that's just on smoke. What? Somehow. Wait. When it just happened? 10 minutes ago. Let's go right now. Right now. Like what? Man, them there at the hospital, you know. The man literally just get shot. Man, them can't even stay there and stay there for the day and say, alright. Make sure say, alright, before we left him and try to go do nothing. Man, them say, no. My retaliation rate is rapid. Like, that's rapid as fuck, bro. Let's continue. Let's see what them do.
Began to confer, and a little after 10:30 p.m., they left together. Around an hour later, there was a non-fatal shooting in 1627 territory. 20 minutes later, all hell broke loose nearby. A little before midnight, a group of 6 people arrived at a restaurant and bar on Cedar Avenue South known as the Red Sea.
The Red Sea.
They pulled up, and 2 of the group walked in, apparently to purchase cannabis from someone inside, while the other 4 sat in a black Toyota Camry, waiting for their friends to come out.
Yeah.
It is unclear if they saw the light-colored Chevrolet sedan following them to the Red Sea. Without warning, 2 men fired a total of 27 shots into the parked Camry, paralyzing Muhammad Salad and killing 17-year-old Abdiwasa Farah. A third man,
27? What the man them a do? But no, sir. Imagine that, though. I don't want to sit down and count it 1, 2, 3, but just imagine that, dog. Imagine 27 shots just a ring out right after each other. No, sir. Boy, I'm glad I'm glad I'm an inside nigga, you know, bro. I'm glad nobody's pulling up on me and letting off 27 shots, blood. Never.
And killing 17-year-old Abdiwasa Farah.
R.I.P., bro.
A third man, Joshua Poplawski, suffered a relatively minor gunshot wound and walked himself to the hospital. Incredibly, it turned out that Kamal Mohammed, the same man believed to be the intended target in the Obsabule shooting, was driving the Camry and had gone into Red Sea, once again escaping injury. When he was taken to...
So why him one so lucky, so? But you don't realize say a bad luck that? Anybody will power around him always get shot, you know? That's horrible, bro. You're bad luck, fam. No, I'm not hanging with you after that, bro. I mean, after the first shooting, I'm not hang with you after that. Cause, you know, man, them just on the sidewalk lacking like that. And they know, man gone go buy weed, left all I'm friend them in the car. They're probably not even, yeah, as I said, they're not even the driver. So they're just sitting in the back, like sitting ducks, bro. Just waiting for somebody to pull up. And they did. So you see what I mean? Like, bro. There's too much to think about, dog. You're there thinking you're out with the man, them just gonna buy some bud and go and smoke up and ray. Next thing you know, 27 shot a ring out. 1 man paralyzed, 1 man dead, 1 man a walk to hospital. What kind of life is this?
And had gone into Red Sea, once again escaping injury. When he was taken to the police precinct, he asked an officer if he could call his grandma, but instead he called Obsabule, and the two had a brief conversation police couldn't understand because they spoke in Somali. Once again, Kamal wasn't cooperative, but while police were trying to get information from him, the lead investigator, Sergeant Molly Fisher, discovered the shooting was caught on camera. The Red Sea and other nearby businesses produced security footage that showed the 2 shooters were wearing clothing nearly identical to what FME and Hassan had on at the hospital about an hour before the victims were shot.
See what I mean by the man them don't care? Man them never even changed them clothes, bro. Man them just said, yo, let's go and get this and go and get them. Like, what? You never even change your clothes? Sad.
And when police conducted ballistics analysis, one of the guns was linked to the February 19th shooting, which Crazy 8 had already been identified as a suspect in. Now, FME and Hassan were wanted for murder. Hassan fled to Kenya within days of the shooting, but was arrested by U.S. Marshals and extradited back to the U.S.
Wait.
But was arrested.
Wow. He was escorted by U.S. Marshals to New York City in June of 2019. Jano. He was arrested and transported back to Minnesota. So he ended up going to Kenya then. Okay. I was wondering if he never ended up in Kenya. Cause you know Sus and S-Wave them end up going to Kenya, and come like the Mali man them love go to Kenya when them need for cool off.
Arrested by U.S. Marshals and extradited back to the U.S. FME turned up in Texas, and when he was arrested, another rapper with ties to the Somali Outlaws, Kamaldeen Mohammed Muse, aka K Pizzle, was with him. Crazy 8 was also arrested out of state in Massachusetts. FME would eventually plead to a second-degree murder charge and receive 27 years and 6 months in prison. Crazy 8 also pled out, for a combined total of 10 years in both shooting cases.
Oh, concurrent.
Here is Minneapolis officer Christopher Daubel, fist-bumping a fellow officer who had just fired rubber bullets at protesters after the George Floyd murder. Daubel is considered by Minneapolis police to be one of the city's best experts on the Somali Outlaws and the 1627 boys. And he's the one who identified K Pizzle as the, quote, main rapper of the Somali Outlaws. At Hassan's murder trial, he also showed jurors pictures of FME standing next to Tekashi 6ix9ine before 6ix9ine became a snitch, and explained that the Somali Outlaws view themselves as Bloods, and the 1627 boys tend to see themselves as Crips.
Remember when 6ix9ine did have that passer in a Minnesota where they shot them, they fire too? I wonder if it's Somali man them did, you know? Now it's all coming back to me, bro. It's all bringing back to the brainium. You understand? I remember that, bro. It was snowy outside. That's how you know it was Minnesota, bro. He get cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Snow was on all the cars, on all the sidewalk and everything. And you just see 6ix9ine running with the rainbow here. You just hear bop, bop, bop. Anyway, if you remember that video, let me know in the comments. I know somebody out there remembers it.
At the end of the trial, Hennepin County prosecutors said Hassan, quote, stalked and killed a 17-year-old boy and, quote, rained gunfire on the car, while the defense denied Hassan was a gang member and said the police had jumped to conclusions. Quote, Sergeant Fisher's assumptions quickly led her to the conclusion she leapt to, that Omar Hassan is a murderer. With arrogance, she declared sitting there that any more investigation was unnecessary, end quote.
Yeah,
Jurors convicted Hassan of murder and gave him 20 years. 7 months after the Red Sea shooting, an influential member of the Somali Outlaws named Mustafa Chucky Ali was murdered near 23rd Avenue North and Aldrich Avenue North as he approached a Jeep containing a 1627 boys member named Muhammad Samatar Ali, a Percocet dealer known as Blue, and the Jeep's owner whose pill habit got him into the situation.
Wow.
Chucky must have spotted Ali in the Jeep.
You know what I'm saying? Say no to drugs, bro. Because even if you get too caught on the drugs, they might just get caught in the gang shit, bro. So just allow it.
Into the situation. Chucky must have spotted Ali in the Jeep because the Impala he was in slowed down before he decided to get out and walk up. After a brief exchange, Ali began to shoot, and Chucky started to return fire with his own pistol as he fell. One of the bullets struck Ali, who turned up at a hospital for treatment later that day. Chucky's 2 companions tried to rush him to a hospital.
What is going on? Are we in the wild, wild west? Man, I pull up and I have draw down shootout. What is going on? Dog, this is too bad. The man need to make a movie about this, bro. This would make an amazing movie. I can't lie to you. As in RIP to everybody involved, but still, you know, it would make a really interesting movie.
For treatment
or
later that day.
documentary or something.
Chucky's 2
As in, this is kind of like the documentary, but I mean like niggas acting it out. That sound bad. Like I want to see the man them actually shooting. I don't. It's just story time. Storytelling.
Companions tried to rush him to a hospital, but were intercepted by police, who stopped the Impala and discovered that Chucky was dead from a gunshot wound inside.
Oh my God.
Though Ali eventually took a plea deal, he refused to admit any connection to 1627 and wrote on his plea form, quote, "This is not for the benefit of a gang." Before he died, Chucky allegedly told those around him, quote, "The ops got me," referring to rivals.
Wow.
But the most well-known incident involving the Somali Outlaws is an infamous human trafficking case filed in federal court in Tennessee in 2010. Prosecutors claimed that a group of Somali outlaws and Somali mafia members, along with numerous co-defendants who weren't gang members,
This guy right here is definitely not Somali at all, bro. But anyway.
Had teamed up to traffic children, including a 12-year-old girl who federal judges actually described in a public court record as, quote, beautiful and buxom, and known by the nickname Double D.
Double D.
The feds claim
She's 12, bro. Why? What? Hello? Hello? Wow. Anyway, they're just saying that she was thick for her age and she was very attractive. But, Jano, she's still 12 though, bro.
and known by the nickname Double D.
Double D. Like
The feds claimed that the girl had been forced into prostitution and had been sexually abused by the defendants whenever they felt like it.
Disgusting.
After serious credibility issues involving a second
Yeah, man, nah, rock with that one still. That whole, man, nah, rock with this still. At all. Fuck that.
alleged victim came up during trial, just 3 out of the 9 defendants received partial convictions while the other 6 were acquitted. But the case fell apart even more after that, when federal judges and an appeals court ripped through the lead investigator, Minneapolis officer Heather Waker, stating that she, quote, exaggerated or fabricated, end quote, important elements of the story and had flat out lied to a grand jury. The 6th District Appeals Court concluded.
So, I mean, with the feds, the one them, even the feds are lying, bro. Like, who can you trust? You can't trust your own gang, because niggas will set you up. Can't trust the girl them, because the girl them set up. You can't, I'm not say you can't trust feds, fuck feds, but, feds supposed to at least be telling the truth, at least in court. I'm the one that's supposed to be lying in court, not you. But everybody a lie and everybody a snitch. Man, this road shit is so played out, dog. I swear to you.
Concluded, quote, in short, this looks less like an organized venture than a crime of opportunity, involving these criminally ambitious young men and this gullible, or more likely reckless and rebellious young woman. And local media in the aftermath questioned whether Waker should remain employed as a law enforcement officer. Ironically, while this case basically turned out to be...
Hold on. They took my life away. Teen girl jailed by untrustworthy cop must be allowed to sue. So what I mean by the feds, bro? The feds is just fucked. Trump judges prevent claim against police officer whose lies put women under arrest and in jail for more than 2 years. What? Confirmed judges, confirmed fears. Wow. You sit down in a jail for 2 years? Are you innocent?
employed as a...
Sometimes I understand why the man them lose them cool sometime and just act out, bro. Because you locked me down for 2 years and I didn't do shit. Like, bro, I'm gonna come and search for you, bro.
law enforcement officer. Ironically, while this case basically turned out to be a complete distortion, it stunned the nation and generated coast-to-coast media coverage, while the very real problem of violent rivalries between these gangs receives very little attention outside of the Minneapolis-St. Paul. Rivalries between these gangs receives very
man them dog, like, whew. I mean, I love guns like any other nigga, but not like these niggas.
Little attention outside of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. In fact, the biggest efforts to curb these gangs are coming from within the Somali community in the Twin Cities itself, which frequently holds summits and other organized efforts to mediate conflicts and turn youngsters away from joining gangs. Wow. Despite these efforts, the Somali American gangs of Minnesota are still very much active, with no signs of going away anytime soon.
Gang not gonna away nowhere time soon, bro.
Thank you for listening. If there are any stories you would like us to know about, tell us about them.
Nah, thank you, bro. This is a very informative video. I like the format. I like how calm he was. You know what I'm saying? It made the information easy for digest. I'm the one that's supposed to be, the excitement and like, what, So I like that. And him show the news, like articles. We saw, what else to see? Yeah, like couple news clips, couple news articles. I like when the video, it's not just one screen and one picture and things like that. So I like that. So big up Killer Chronicles, big him up. Leave a sub on his channel and leave a like on that video. You don't know the secrets of Somali gangs of Minnesota. With my Mali niggas. Aye, Mali man them no play, bro. The Mali man them crazy, dog. I can't lie to you. We've seen like about 4 or 5 instances in this where the man them just don't care about no feds, no case, no nothing. Man them, something happen and they need to retaliate right now. So, even the guy walking up to the car with the up in the car, and then him start fire, you start like, it's too much, bro. It's like a movie out here in these streets, bro. But then niggas dying young and shit like that, so it's not cool, bro. And then that sex trafficking thing where they call the 12-year-old double D. Bro, she's 12, blood. Anyway, fam. That's the only thing I was not rocky with at all, the sex trafficking thing. But everything else, I expected it. Can't lie to you. Marley man them crazy. So, if you like this, let me know what else you want me to react to. Hit the like button, jump in the comments, and subscribe. Hey, I really wanna hit 4K, so subscribe so we can hit 4K. Don't know, coaches and coaches. I'm on this motherfucker, bye. Send them come for me, please. Me no need no Hennessy, me need trees. When she see me, she feel the weak knees. As she say me so cool, she feel the sea breeze. Breast them stiff, look like a knee squeeze, so she bless me. No need for me sneeze, can't stress me. Stress free for me, please. Round one complete, we need for repeat like. Send them